Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Dr. Adranti and my fellow friends. Today, we are from Group 2. We would like to present about the policy that have been chosen from us, which is Malaysia Roadmap toward Zero Single-Use Plastic 2018 to 2030. Over the past few decades, plastic has become an essential part of our daily life due to its low cost, durability, and flexibility. However, the widespread use of single-use plastic like a straw, containers, and plastic bags has led to global environmental crisis. According to UNEP, only 9% of plastic produced globally is recycled. The rest often end up in landfill, river, and ocean. Malaysia is no exception. A study in 2010 estimated that nearly 0.94 million tons of plastic waste in Malaysia was mismanaged, with a large portion potentially entering our ocean. This pollution threatens marine biodiversity, the fishing and tourism industry, and even our health due to microplastic entering the food chain. To tackle the issue, the Malaysia government under MESTECC, known as now as a CASA, introduced a national roadmap in 2018. This roadmap is structured plan to phase out single-use plastic by 2030. It was created with input from various stakeholders, including NGOs, industry players, and the public, to ensure that it's all practical and inclusive. The roadmap outlined strategies such as pollution charge, support for the biodegradable alternative, public education through CEPA programs, and legal reforms. It also aligned with global sustainability goals and demonstrates Malaysia's commitment to protect both the environment and public health.
And next, we're moving on to policy problem. For the first one is severe plastic pollution threatening marine ecosystem and public health. So, as we guys know, plastic pollution is a big problem that gives a negative impact to ocean, animals, and also our health. So in Malaysia, most plastic waste comes from single-use items like plastic bag, food packaging, straw, and also poor waste management make it worse. And then tiny piece of plastic called as microplastic. And then fish and other marine animals eat that microplastic, and then we eat the fish. So the plastic end up in our bodies too. And then plastic also affect our economy, such as tourism. Tourism and fishing are important in Malaysia. But when our beaches are dirty and getting full of plastic waste like bottles, bags and wrappers, this can block water flow, and when it's rain heavily, drains can get blocked and can cause us of flash floods, which is damage house, roads and farm. According to WWF Malaysia and Bernama, plastic waste is one of the main causes of flash floods in cities and rural areas. Another policy problem is high dependence on single-use plastic. Many people in Malaysia still use single-use plastic like plastic bags, cups, straw and containers. These things are cheap and convenient, but bad and give an impact for the environment. Malaysia is ranked 8th in the world for mismanaged plastic waste. The government tried to reduce plastic use by campaigns like No Plastic Bag Day by charging 20 cents per bag. But many people still use plastic bags, especially at night market and small shops. Another policy problem is low recycle rates due to lack of infrastructure and awareness. Recycle helps reduce waste, but in Malaysia, not many people do the recycling. This is because first, in Malaysia we don't have any recycle center or collection system in many places. We do have, but it's not enough to cover many waste in Malaysia. Third, many people do not know how to recycle or why to recycle. Recycle is not taught much in school, and there are not enough bins in public areas. Even though the government has a law to support recycling, but most people still do not take a part and still do not care about it. And then campaigns exist, but they need be a stronger and more frequent. And lastly, policy problem is lack of clear and consistent national policy. As we guys know, Malaysia has a plan to reduce plastic waste by 2030, but it's not working well. This is because there is no clear policy that all states and industry must follow. Only about 5% of our waste is recovery. Many plastic bans are not enforced properly. Even a law from 2050 about plastic packaging is not followed by everyone and every industry. Also, people blame each other, which is consumers say company don't offer eco-friendly products, and then companies say people do not recycling. This show we need stronger leadership and clearer rules. In 2090, only 51% plastic waste was recycled, and only the easier types like HDPE and PET. Without strong government action and better policy, it's hard to make a real change, even when eco-friendly packaging is available. So we need to do more, reduce plastic use and offer a better alternative.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Natasha binti Nur Azlan. Now I will present the policy objectives for the Malaysia Roadmap towards Zero Single-Use Plastic 2018 until 2030. It is a national effort to address plastic pollution and guide Malaysia towards sustainability. So the first objective is reducing environmental and marine pollution. Malaysia is ranked among the top 10 countries with mismanaged plastic waste. A large amount of this plastic ends up in rivers and in the oceans, threatening marine biodiversity and even human health, as plastic can break down into microplastic and enter the food chain. So to tackle this, the roadmap emphasizes improving waste management and involving local authorities through programs like trash-free rivers. For example, debris traps are installed in rivers in Klang Valley, and regular cleans-up are carried out by community involvement. So this action help to prevent plastic waste from entering marine ecosystem and support the National Marine Litter Policy and Action Plan 2021 until 2030, which aims to make our waterways more safer and cleaner. So the second objective is promoting eco-friendly alternatives and driving towards innovations. So the roadmap also focuses on encouraging the use of biodegradable, compostable and usable alternatives to harmful plastics. This include phasing out unnecessary single-use plastic and investing in green technologies. For example, the Penang Green Council supports food vendors by providing subsidies biodegradable containers. Also on a national level, like CASA promotes the development of starch-based plastic and products which is certified under Eco 001. Then these innovations are not only good for the environment but also create a kind of economic opportunities, which making Malaysia a regional hub for green technologies and sustainable packaging industries. Okay, and the last objective is raising public awareness and encouraging behavioral change. So the roadmap emphasizes that policies and technologies alone are not enough. Public awareness and behavior must change. That's why CEPA, which stands for Communication, Education and Public Awareness. This includes school programs, community workshop and public organization do a campaign to teach people how their everyday choices impact the environment. So a great example is WWF Malaysia No Plastic in Nature by 2030 campaign, which stress that changing public behavior is key to solving the plastic crisis. So WWF promotes a system-based approach which they redesign plastic products, improving waste system and involve the public through constant education and outreach. When people became aware of the environmental harm caused by plastic and more offered alternative, they are more likely to make responsible choices. Right now I will present the policy implementation of Malaysia Roadmap towards zero single-use plastic 2018 until 2030. This roadmap outlines specific strategies to reduce production and use of single plastic and to create a more sustainable environment for our country. So the first implementation is pollution charge on plastic bags. One of the first major steps taken was the introduction of a pollution charge of RM20 per plastic bag. This started in major cities like Penang and Selangor and was later expanded to other states. The goal is not just to collect money but to make people think twice before accepting a plastic bag. So, for example, a retail store like Aeon or Lotus, customers are now encouraged to bring their own reusable bag. Over time, it has successfully reduced plastic bag usage, and this small charge has a big impact because it encourages people to change their daily basis. To the second implementation is promotion of biodegradable alternatives. So the roadmap also promotes the use of biodegradable materials certified under Malaysia's Eco 001 and Eco 009 standards. Local authorities in Putrajaya and Melaka, for instance, have started using biodegradable lunch boxes made from cassava starch or sugarcane pulp, and this is especially during events like Ramadan bazaars. To further support the shift, the government offer tax incentives and subsidies to encourage manufacturers to produce more eco-friendly packaging. This is not only reduces pollution but also help create a new green economy by supporting local businesses involved in sustainable packaging or production. To the third implementation is to develop a regulatory and legal framework. While some initiatives started voluntarily, the roadmap emphasizes the importance of strong legal support to make policies effective. So a good example is the ban of plastic straws in government building and selected states like the Selangor and Federal Territories, so which has later moved from being a suggestion to an enforceable rule. In the future, pollution charges will also apply to plastic producers, making them financially accountable for causing environmental harm because of their products. So this help create consistent national standards and ensure that everyone from manufacturer to consumer to shares responsibility. And the last implementation is comprehensive CEPA programs. The roadmap highlight that legal action alone is not enough. That's why CEPA, communication, education and public awareness is a key pillar. These programs aim to educate the public and encourages sustainable behavior through campaigns or school programs. One example is the Eco Schools program, which involves students in hands-on environmental educations. National campaigns like Say No to Straw and IKEA's initiative to stop selling single-use plastic in 2020 show how businesses and public can work together to reduce plastic use. So, in conclusion, the implementation of this roadmap uses a mix of financial tools, legal measure, education and innovation. By targeting both individual behavior and industry practices, Malaysia is making steady progress towards a plastic-free future by 2030. Thank you, and that's all from me.
Good day everyone. Today I want to talk about Malaysia's significant journey towards sustainability, specifically on our zero-use plastic policy. This isn't just a goal, it is actually a comprehensive national effort to foster harmony between our environment and also our daily lives. So today, I'll be talking about the evaluation of the policy. Malaysia is striving to be a leader in Asia for zero plastic use, driven by a clear understanding of plastic pollution's impact. This policy is multifaceted, addressing political, economic, social, technological, environmental, and also legal aspects to ensure a holistic approach. So, for the first one, in terms of politically, this initiative has strong backing from the organizations. Key government bodies like MASTAC and also KAM2384A are driving national frameworks such as National Marine Litter Policy and Action Plan, also national map towards zero single-use plastic policy. We're seeing real action here, even at the state level, with places like Penang and Selangor championing no plastic free day campaigns and implementing initiatives in order to shift away from plastic use in daily life, like at hawker stalls. Moving on to the next one, which is in economic aspect. Economically, while there might be initial shifts, the long-term vision is about fostering a new green industry in Malaysia. We're investing in recycling technologies and circular economy models to aim for significant advancements in waste management. On the social front, this is the third aspect. It is about changing the society's mindsets. Campaigns have proven successful, like in universities and schools, showing that community engagement is very vital for reducing plastic use. Moving on to the next one, which is technologically. Technologically, innovation is the key. Research is booming in biodegradable materials like bioplastics and also starch, helping us to find sustainable alternatives. This shift helps to improve waste management and reduce environmental contamination. Ultimately, it's about to protect our environment, our beaches, and also our marine life from the persistent threat of plastic pollution to ensure a healthier ecosystem for everyone, not only for humans, but for other living things too. And for the last one, the legal foundation is being strengthened. There are many progressive measures are being implemented, including a nationwide ban on single-use plastic bags in places like forest reserves and also national parks by April 2025. From this, it is clear that commitment to enforce sustainability, this comprehensive approach from the pastel tools, we can see how Malaysia is building a truly sustainable future. With that, I am finished with my part, which is the evaluation. We will be moving on to the next part.
Next, I will continue the presentation with the recommendation to improve the Malaysia roadmap towards zero single-use plastic 2018 until 2030. These ideas are based on a successful policy from Thailand, France, and Japan. So by learning from this country, we can build a stronger and more effective plan that help both the environment and our economy. To begin with, our first recommendation based on Thailand's National Plastic Waste Roadmap 2018 until 2030. So Thailand introduced a clear and strict timeline to phase out a single-use plastic such as a lightweight plastic bag, styrofoam food containers, and plastic straw. They planned ahead and made the ban timeline very clear to everyone. So this gives confidence to business to adapt and helps the public understand what is changing and when. So in Malaysia, our roadmap also mentions banning this item, but every state can choose its own timeline. So this creates a confusion and enforcement become difficult. So we recommend that Malaysia standardize the policy across all the states and move up the target to fully ban this common plastic item by 2025 instead of later. Also, like Thailand, Malaysia should invest in local alternative like biodegradable packaging made from the agriculture waste, such as a rice husk or banana leaf. So this reduce the plastic pollution and also help local farmers and green technology companies.
So with less plastic waste, we can reduce the microplastic pollutions, which is harmful for our river, marine life, and also human health. So cleaner waterways also mean healthier communities and a better image for our tourism. Next, our second recommendation is inspired by France's anti-waste and circular economy law, which started in 2020. So France made it a legal requirement that all dine-in food outlets, including fast food chains, must use reusable tableware. This include the plates, cups, and cutlery. So this law helped reduce a large number of single-use plastic that are used for just a few minutes and then thrown away. So for Malaysia, we suggest applying this law in the stage. First, implement it in government buildings, schools, and public facilities. So where the government has a direct control with it. So then expand to the food court and commercial restaurant in a city area. This is also creates a new economic opportunities. For example, business that provide dishwashing or sanitizing service will grow, creating a green jobs and helping the economy. At the same time, this policy will help the public get used to a culture of sustainability where reusing is a normal. So over time, this will also reduce the cost of waste collection and landfill use. And the last one, our recommendations come from Japan's Plastic Resources Circulation Energy that launched in 2019. So Japan introduced an eco-design labeling system where packaging is clearly labeled to show if it's recycled, reused, or biodegradable. So this encourages companies to design better, more sustainable packaging. So consumers also benefit. With the clear labels, they can make more informed and eco-friendly choice when they are shopping. So Malaysia roadmaps already mentions about the packaging design, but it does not yet have a clear or mandatory labeling system. We recommend introducing a national labeling policy and giving a financial or tax incentive to companies that produce the eco-friendly packaging. So this would help Malaysia compete in an international market where more countries now expect a sustainable packaging and product. Aligned with the global environmental standard will make our product more attractive for export, especially to eco-conscious region. So to sum up for recommendation, Malaysia roadmap is a good step, but we can improve it by learning from others. First, follow the Thailand's example by banning the plastic item early and make the policy consistent across all the states. Second, like France, introduce a reusable tableware, so starting in public buildings and urban area. So third, adopt with the Japan models by introducing a eco-design label and offering incentive for sustainable packaging. So by doing this, we can reduce plastic pollutions, protect health, support the green industries, and build a cleaner, more sustainable Malaysia by 2030.
In conclusion, Malaysia's roadmap towards zero single-use plastic is more than a just policy. It's a bold and much-needed move forward to a cleaner and greener nation. It's aimed to only to reduce plastic use, but also to change how we think, behave, and innovate in relation to sustainability. We've seen positive steps forward. Green technology are developing, laws are being strengthened, and public awareness, especially among the younger generation, is increasing. These are a sign of the progress. However, the policy has not fully succeeded yet. There are still major challenges like poor recycling infrastructure, inconsistent enforcement across the state, and the high cost of eco-friendly alternatives. To truly achieve its goal, Malaysia must take a stronger, more on-field action, such as improving coordination between state, supporting green industry, and making sustainable options more affordable. This roommate is shared responsibility, whether you are a policymaker, a business owner, or just a regular consumer. Every choice matters. With continued effort and cooperation, we believe Malaysia can turn the vision of zero single-use plastic into a reality. Thank you.